And we're live, we're live. Hello, guys. Hello, everybody. Why my screen isn't sharing? 1 second, please. Sorry. Okay, that's it. That's it. Let me just. All right. All right. All right. So, hello, everyone. Hello, hello. So, what do we have here? Nasdaq. Okay, so last live stream we talked about like a special range for Nasdaq where I told you if you are looking for Nasdaq buys, let's wait on it to be able to tap it and then we can look for buys. And unfortunately, it didn't tap. It missed our entry like by few. Yeah, it's not few, it's a lot, but considering where the prices was standing at, it was few. So um not looking again. I won't be looking again for this levels to buy from because it might be invalid anymore. So what I'm what I would be looking at is if we break above these highs and we go back again, maybe this level would make sense. But we have to wait to see how price would be on this high here and again this high here. So based on what price will do once it comes back, we would be able to know what else we can do as well. So this is about the Nasdaq. So this is about the Nasdaq. It might look good for this session as well if we take a look on the 15 minute time frame. Hey guys, hey guys, hey guys, how are you doing? How was your trading week? Let me know in the comments. So, as I said, this might be a nice level to take buys from on Nasdaq as well. But first, let's wait in order to see how price is gonna react once we break above these size. So we have to wait a bit in order for us to know if we are able to take a Nasdaq long or not. So it might look very promising inside this level, but for now there is nothing sure. So if you are looking for Nasdaq setups at the moment, I would really advise you to be looking for buys, and especially after we see the reaction above the lows that we've talked about. All right, let's see here. What do we have? So, okay. So it looks like we're gonna as well be stuck into a range for some time now because it has been, let me see, since 26th June. We are inside this range here, and today we are uh, 9 June. So it's been 2 weeks maybe since we're stuck in this range. But yeah, we're also like very near all-time high. But what's good about it is that there is prices already inside this zone. So we've been ranging for some quite a few times. So Nasdaq looks one of the best price actions in the moment, especially if you're looking to pass and trade prop firms. I would definitely advise you to stick on one pair, and this pair would be Nasdaq. Due to how good it moves with price action, plus due to how it's currently moving for the last few weeks. Like if you have to compare, for example, Nasdaq with US 30, you would see a huge difference in price action. So if I open the US 30 chart here, and you are able to see that this was all-time high. We broke it. We weren't able to close the first time above it, which made price to push back down, and we broke the new all-time high again, and the same thing happened. But this time we were able to close about all-time high. It went up, all-time high, small pullback, and again all-time high, and we broke down again. So I'm not sure if you know, but based on stats and based on like, if you think about it a bit, usually when market is at all-time high, we see the most amount of either big payouts or the most amount of people breaching their accounts. So I would advise you, if you are not a high risk taker, or your strategy doesn't allow that, be aware when a certain pair is near all-time high or is at all-time high. So for the sake of the example you assert here, this is a very hard, this is a very hard pair to trade at the moment, because there is no previous levels that we might base our trade on. So for example, when we were at this level here, like the 52,900, uh, like price was never at this price, so you are not able to see previously what the buyers and sellers did at this point. You don't know where the price would go down. You are not able to trade huge breakout. Like, you're able to catch small scalps breakout on all-time highs, and that's all you can do. That's all you can do. All right. So this is related to the US 30. If we take a look at gold to see what gold did this week, and be aware, guys, of yesterday's escalation and the war that was happening. We'll see like how WTI moved because of the news, but um, but yeah, be aware of that because it might shake the market, and it's not looking very good at the moment. Was the negotiation mainly. So we might see a second wave of attacks between the two countries, which would definitely push markets to weird levels like we had the previous 2 3 months. So we will see actually, like in few, we will open up poly market and we'll check what do we have here. So our level that we talked about didn't hold. It tried too many times, but it wasn't able to hold, and it looks like we are back, and we will be moving as a downtrend again for gold. So I would be removing these levels because they're a bit useless at the moment, and what we would do is that we will have to wait. We will have to wait. So let's move this trend line here because we broke about the last low, and gold looks bearish again, even though there is news about war, which usually drive gold up. So if we see VTI, how okay, so as we can see here that it was the strongest push. It was the strongest push since war ended, as you can see here. So it was okay. So that's pretty much a big push up. So it started on 26th July. So this was today. All this was today. Let's just make sure. Okay, so the previous 2 days when negotiations started to fail, we saw a relatively big jump in VTI prices. Which one I used to check? Not sure. Yes, one. That's how it's called. Maybe this. Yeah, it's this one. Oh, so all the down that we had since 22, since 22 June. So we did a 14% move down. We had the last from 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So the last 5 days. We had a 13% jump, which is crazy for VTI. But yeah, like it's not a regular market that we are trading in 2026. It's a very weird market due to our war. Yeah. So that's regarding VTI. That's that's sad because this what mainly affects everyday market and everyday life. So each trader are or each person, not necessarily traders, are getting affected of this war directly or indirectly. So hopefully this all ends. And by the way, just a small tip or a small like info about prop trading and this kind of market. So um, we saw a huge increase or a big increase in payouts once market started to shift again towards negotiations. It was an easier market to trade, and we had a bigger failure rate when war was breaking out. So what this means and what this means for you. So um, markets during war are a very hard market to trade on. So what you can do about it, you can do anything because as individuals, you can do anything related to war, obviously. But what you can do is directly in your trading. So you should have a clear risk management, no matter what is your risk management. But you should have a clear strategy on that, and that's mainly it. So you should put the rules about your risk management. For example, I will just give you a small example. So I'm not a big believer about smaller risk on challenges. I'm not talking about the funded stage. It's another it's another situation on the funded stage. It's another strategy. But I'm talking mainly on your challenges when you are looking to pass and most of your trades are 0.5% risk. It would depend on your strategy, but most of the traders, if they apply this small rule, they would be able to pass many challenges. So treat the challenge as a challenge and don't be afraid to fail 1, 2, 3 times before getting funded and getting your feedback plus a profit. So treat it as a business. So for example, don't be afraid to risk a bit more on the challenge phase than on your funded. And you usually find traders that apply this risk model to their trades have a bigger pass rate and have more chances to get a payout. So don't risk small on your challenge, and on these phases you should maximize your risk. maybe blow one, two accounts before getting funded. That's totally normal. It's not it's not like you won't be getting your account passing it from the first time and getting your payout. It happens, but most of the times it doesn't. So what end up happening is that you should be able to risk a bit more, blow one, two, three challenge, get funded, be able to recover your fee back from what you've spent on challenges plus your profit. So on the funded stage, you should definitely not risk 1 2% as you're doing on the challenge phases, because on this level of your trading you are able to make money. Which you should do on this in this case is to risk 0.5 to 0.25% based on the trade, and try to risk 1 2 trades, make 1 2% risk your payout, and do it again and again and again. So this is the smartest way in order for you to be able to make it into trading. So this is the small risk strategy that I see traders doing and being the most successful in. So don't be afraid to risk more on your challenge phases and risk less on your funded. Now, if we're talking about instant programs, it should be a different thing, but I'm talking about the 1 step and 2 step challenges. So this is something that you should keep in mind, because approaching prop firms should be different than approaching regular brokers, because on regular brokers, if you risk 1 2% on each trade and start risking 0.5 again, maybe this won't work out for you. But on prop firms, because of the way it's structured, is that you don't make money on the first 1 or 2 step. You start making money once you're funded, and you're paying a fraction of the price of the drawdown that you're getting. This idea of this alone makes the mathematics behind it better for you. So what this means is that treat the funded as a broker account. Okay, so risk the same amount of money on most of your trades. Risk small. Risk risk on only good setups, especially only on good setups, even on challenges. But you got the idea. Like, risk small. Try to get many payouts on like higher frequency, smaller percentage of your account. Because definitely, if hello, how are you? If you're risking the same amount of same amount of money on all your trades, it would be easier to make money on the funded stage. And if you're risking the same amount and smaller amounts on your challenge, it would be way harder to pass your challenge. So this is how you should approach programs on prop firms, and the way you should think about them. Why I started this whole lecture on risk, I don't remember. I don't remember why. So, what do we have here? Let's get back to. So we saw everything. Let's check Euro USD pretty quick, even though I don't like to trade Euro. Hello, Rachayello Crypto. I think. Sorry if I mispronounced your name. How are you? How are you guys? How was your trading week? Let me know. Hopefully, it was a profitable week. So Euro USD, we've been going up since the last low we've talked about, but the overall trend is still bearish, and I might expect Euro to go down again. Yeah, enough talk about Euro. I'm not interested in it. Let's jump back into Nasdaq to see if there is something interesting on the smaller time frame. Okay, that's not it. All right. All right, guys. Okay. So it has been pushing up. Let's check. As I said, the smaller time frame for a scalp opportunity, maybe or something. So yeah, it has been pushing up since the start of the live stream as well. Okay. Mhm. Maybe we should wait a bit. So. So, guys, do you have any question related to like risk management on prop firms? Are you struggling with passing an eval, for example, or you're blaming your strategy instead of focusing a bit on risk management? Like, what's your biggest struggle? Because for me, some traders would blame their strategy and try to learn something else, even though the strategy might be fine and it might work for them. But the problem would be in the risk management strategy and maybe their mindset sometimes, and not the strategy itself. Because I've seen profitable traders, every profitable trader will argue that his strategy is the best, even though each one of them works on a different strategy. And a lot of people like made their own strategy by like adding multiple confirmations from different strategies. So I see people, as I said, blaming their actual trading strategy and not blaming either their mindset or blaming the risk management, because the biggest like deal breaker for it, let's say, or the biggest tip from someone that actually see how you should approach prop firms based on stats and based on actual numbers. uh, I would advise you to work on your risk management first, and then on your trading strategy, and lastly would be your mindset. So I would rate them as follow: risk management, trading strategy, mindset. Let me know if you agree or not, because this might be controversial for some. Some will argue that the most important thing would be your strategy, and no matter how much you risk, if you have a positive not risk to reward, a positive um edge, it will work out for you. Like it doesn't matter if you're risking 1 or 2% per trade or 5 to 10. It's not the thing. The thing is how good your execution are. So I don't agree with that. I do agree that it's very important that you should work on it. Definitely, I'm not saying that you shouldn't, but risk management for me would be the thing that you should put more focus on because it's very underrated and it might be the thing missing for you to be able to be profitable, and especially in prop firms, and especially on prop firms, on brokers as well, on regular accounts, but on prop firms it's way more important to focus on your risk management. And when I talk about risk management, I'm not talking about uh, not risking enough as well. So you should like ask me your question if you want. I can consult you on how you can approach prop firms based on your strategy. I can help you with that, but it should be something that you should think of as well. And related to psychology of trading, or not psychology, let's say the mindset or whatever you want to call it. Mm, it's very hard to treat forex or trading, no matter what you're trading, stocks, forex, futures, options. It's very hard to treat them as a regular business, because on regular business, for example, if you are not a service provider, for example, if you are a product provider, so you buy a lot of products and sell them, so you would invest money into actual thing that your money is still with you no matter if you're selling or not, right? With trading, on the other hand, you could invest money that will just go away and you don't have it anymore. It's not like you've bought some products and they are still with you, but you're not able to sell them. No, it's not this way. It's literally that you would lose your money, which makes each trade even harder to properly manage due to having the fact that you might not see this money anymore, the money that you're placing on this trade. So most of people like find it a bit hard to be able to take a losing trade without going insane on revenge trading, or risking a bit more money in the next trade to be able to recover the last trade that you lost. Like each person think of it in a different way, but in the end, over trading and over risking and your mindset might like, even if your strategy is good, if you're over risking on things, like it might not work for you. So yeah, if you have a question or you want to improve your risk management strategy, or you're struggling with something, like this is your time to ask me. I'm not like this hedge fund manager trader, but I've seen enough to be able to help you. So I'm not saying that me myself I'm the best trader alive. I have the best strategy, the best risk management, the best mindset, but what I do have is information based on what I see other traders that are successful with us and with other brands do. And I will just tell you what these people are doing differently than 99% of the others. Or let's say not 99%, 90% of the others. Because a lot of people might take payouts, but they will lose it back or give a percentage of it back to the prop firm or the broker or for whatever they are trading with. But for the people that are actually making money and getting this money home with them, and like are investing the least on prop firms and getting the most out of these payouts, like these people, I can tell you what they are doing. And these people are mm, are the 1%, I would say, even a bit less. Like people that there is a lot of people that take payouts, but it's different taking payouts than being actually profitable because like buying 10 challenges, 20 challenges, taking one payout, going break even is something, or maybe even losing on them, and investing in two, three accounts, getting a payout and getting consistent smaller payouts is something else. And yeah, it's something else. I wish I could like, if you get me started on these topics, like I can go over and over and over, and I can keep on talking until tomorrow morning. You know, that's insane the amount of variations I see or we see in the market as traders. You will have one of everything, and apparently, or as I saw, is that whatever you are doing, if you're doing it and this with a good strategy, like you will be able to make money. You will be able to be profitable. You will be able to take these payouts. It's just that you should approach it in a smart way and in a different way, because the way most of the people will approach it, they may take some payouts, but they will never be profitable and actually profitable. So yeah. I don't talk Russian. Sorry, guys. Sorry, guys. But yeah, if you want to ask it in, or let me translate. Let me translate. Oh, how can I? One second. So if I do this and head over to our friend ChatGPT or Claude, and I ask him, please translate. He would translate for me. He would translate for me. Oh, okay. Hey, what are you doing? Or I think, what are you up to? Or in this meaning. So yeah, All good. I was just talking about risk management, about how you should approach prop firms, and if you have a question about it, like I'm here to help and to answer it. But for this session, I'm not sure that we will take any trade. It's not looking good for any of my setups. It's not looking good for my setups. So, guys, I think for this live stream, I will end it in few minutes. Um, I'm not gonna take any trade in this live stream. I'm not gonna take any trade, I think. Yeah, by the way, guys, if you're new for the funded way, we have a 45% discount going for new users. You can use welcome 45. And if you want the biggest discount that we have, it's 40% off for everyone else. The code is summer40. So make sure to grab these accounts. The Funded Way is one of the best prop firms available with the best programs. Like you can find something that is suitable for you due to us having 8 different variations of the three main programs: the two step, one step, and instant. And you have We have zero payout denials as well. So you can search the whole web, ask everyone on Discord, ask every single one about their experience with the funded way, and you will see and you will know what kind of product and service we are offering. So don't sleep on these accounts. We're still Thursday. We still have today and tomorrow to trade. And yeah, this is it, I think, for this live stream. Yo, Ahmed. Ahmed Juriani, how are you? Are you a Jew or Armenian? I'm neither of these, man. I'm not a Jew and I'm not Armenian. Where are you from? Kurdistan. Oh, nice. Are you trading with the funded way, Ahmed? Yeah, definitely. Definitely. I work with the funded way, man. All right. All right. So it was nice meeting you, everyone, in this live stream. I wish you a good rest of the week. Hopefully, it was a good one for everyone. And don't forget our discounts. If you're new to for the funded for with the funded way, make sure to grab your welcome 45 discount. And I will see you guys on Monday. There is no more live stream for this week. And I wish everyone a good weekend starting today. So we'll see you guys. Have a nice one. Bye bye.